of information instead of having to read a whole thread. So I guess let me know if you have any questions later on, tonight, tomorrow, next week. Do you have a question, Michael?
Yeah, I can't remember. Does Plug allow you to secure individual fields by role?
Yes, it does. You can add an input helper that says if this input helper, it's a combination. It's a two combo. You have an input helper. It says if this user is not this user level or if they're not that user capability, don't show the input helper, just hide it. Or you can do a before helper to make sure that even if they got around that, it makes sure the data is not saved. And right now you can even do it before then. When you put out your, I'll show you the public form function real fast. We have public forms here. So I can easily make this array automated, so I can say if the user is this role, show them these columns, and if they're this role, show them these other columns. So you don't have to go too complex into things. But yeah, just send me an email. I have cards out here, like a ton of cards I just got yesterday. We have a question?
Can you create a link to force the download of an image?
Yes. You can do, well, basically what you can do with pods is anything you can do with programming. It's really a framework to make it easier, but I would say anything possible it can be done with pods. I've done so much the last year, I couldn't even list everything I've done with it. I've built an entire internal web application for the company I used to work for. They ran all their internal stuff. And, you can use anything that you imagine. So it's very, very versatile. All right. Well, it was great speaking to you guys. Hopefully I got a little bit to you, into your brain about pods and how it works, and maybe you understand just maybe about 1% more than you did before, but hopefully a lot more. So I'll be available hopefully this week and later on tonight. You can email me, have my information on my cards, so feel free.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Cassidy. Lovely assistant. If you want to tackle Scott and, ask him questions privately, you can definitely do that now and afterwards. Are you going to over to Sherlock's afterwards? For a birthday party. Okay, so tackle him now and take a business card. The whole pods thing is so versatile. You really can, your imagination has to grow really to see what can be done for it. The bluegreencommunities.com site, that's the one that you've...
That's a big one, yeah. I have to say that I'm very predisposed to the notion of pods, but I'm not the original developer. Like I said, Matt in, I think it's Washington, D.C., he's the one that developed it. And he's the one that started it in December of 2008. And then about November, just right after he released it, I saw it and I went into it and started looking at it, trying to make sense of it all and how to use it. And as soon as I had that aha moment, I was hooked. I use it for everything I use. Any website I build, I practically don't do any projects that aren't in pods. So I convinced my clients to use pods in WordPress, and I'm very hardcore into it, but it's not something that I talk to as a promoter. I talk to as a user and a developer of pods. So, very useful.
Thanks again, Scott. Any other questions? Looks like we're going to have our holiday party on Saturday, December 5th. So I'll be working out the details and posting up a meetup 4th, Saturday, December 4th. We have some new members here. If you're a new member and you want to introduce yourself, let people know who you are. This is good time to do so. We have our youngest member, whose name is Ian, who is Ian. Say hi to everybody, Ian. Hey. And he brought his brother and he brought his father to help him. Maybe his father get a little more technical. Oh, your friend, Jeff. That's Jeff. And Ian's dad's been programming mainframes for many decades, but he wants to see what Web 2.0 looks like. This is the place to be. At the technical meetup, we had a very small introduction to another project one of our members is doing. He doesn't know I'm going to mention his name. He's not paying attention. His name is Don Thorpe, yeah. And he's involved in a really cool project that is still in beta, per 0.7, 0.8, 0.7. And I just think it's probably one of the most fascinating technologies because it enables and empowers developers, like most of us in this room are web developers, HTML, CSS, JavaScript. We're pretty good with that, but Java and coding in C++ and all that stuff and writing iPhone apps, we're really not up to speed on that. But the technology that Don is working with is a part of the team developing an application called Titanium. And Titanium is a framework for developing applications on the desktop and on mobile with the same source code. So I want to get Don to give us a presentation on that early next year. And he said he would. But if you want to tackle him and get in early on such a cool project, obviously there are going to be more mobile web apps by an order of magnitude than any desktop apps. I mean, there are more people today are carrying around a web browser in their hand than people sitting at a desk. So once again, mark your calendars for Saturday, December 5th. We're going to have our networking party in Addison. Thanks for coming. Okay. Thanks, Lisa. One other announcement. I'm just going to tackle him here. He doesn't know he's going to talk. Michael Johnstone has been doing the technical meetups, and it's been kind of secretive, kind of low key because we don't have room for hundreds of people, and it's a smaller thing. But we want to encourage smaller groups to branch off and do WordPress technical meetups or WordPress poetry meetups or WordPress whatever you want to do, WordPress Fort Worth meetups. Just coming here once a month may not satisfy everyone's needs. So Michael's taken charge of doing the technical meetups. You want to talk a little about?
Sure, I'll just say that we've got one scheduled for November 11th, which is another Wednesday night. Sorry about that, Kat. But for everybody else, I'll send out an email and also I'll tweet it and post something on the meetup group so everybody knows where it is and can come. I hope you can come out. It's definitely more technical. And the last format we did, which I think worked out really well, was to have several presentations, about 15 to 20 minutes each, going over specifically how to do several different things in WordPress. And I may also have a presentation on the client management for those of you who are independents. So November 11th, I think we'll probably shoot for Wednesday nights regularly, unless that becomes an issue.
Sorry about the Wednesday night for the Wednesday night churchgoers. Maybe we can call it the Satanic Developer Night. Bring your horns. Yes. It's being held in Richardson at a secret location. No, it's Michael's old office, which is a cool place. They have a great room with a whiteboard on the entire wall. And It's off of what's the street? Collins, off of North Collins, just east of 75. It can hold 30, about 30 or so can come. If you've enjoyed the food, the beverage, anything like that, and you hadn't donated, there's a little green jar. Just give whatever you can in there and help pay for the food and drink that we had this afternoon. And thanks a lot, Michael. Thanks for coming, and we'll see you over in Sherlock's.